If you're looking for quality care in a place that people care about you, where people just go all the way out and reach out for you, that's there to help you, this is really a great place to come.
Despite the technological advances of our times, poverty continues to be a real human problem for hundreds of people in Monroe and Ontario counties in New York State. Moving people out of poverty and towards self-sufficiency are the programs and support services that Action for a Better Community provides. Action for a Better Community was created as part of President Johnson's War on Poverty campaign in the 1960s, and though strides have been made, poverty remains rampant. Fortunately, ABC continues to provide programming that assists and empowers low-income individuals and families in the area. For over 40 years, ABC has partnered with the poor and provided services that enhance their lives in ways that foster dignity.
Well, people wonder, what does the Youth Lifeline Foundation do? What does the name mean? What does it mean? It's all in the name. In a dictionary, the word lifeline means a means or route in which necessary tools and supplies are transported. We only bring the necessary stuff. We're not just bringing just fluff, necessary things. The life skill camps are going across America and having some great success across the board. The Youth Lifeline Foundation takes pride in trying to be a foundation that can and will impact youth in your neighborhood and your community for a long period of time. We've had over 200 athletes and entertainers come to our programs, and every single one says the best they've ever been to. We've had local business professionals, CEOs, mayors, executives, all come down to our program and have been astounded by our results. We've had teachers that don't think the information we want to download to our high school youth is even possible. And we continue to break records, we continue to break norms, we continue to break stereotypes. 60.
I always was taught by my mother, and God bless her, Mrs. Lillian Knight was a teacher that taught me, says, God has blessed you. He gave you a brain, use it. She says, regardless of what you do, you will always need an education. They were saying we wouldn't make it. We didn't know what we were doing, have no knowledge about business. But what you do, you go to the library. And then there are a lot of business folks I used to talk to. And how do you do this and how you do that? They like to tell you, but they don't want the world to know it. Well, I wanted to be an example of you can be black and run a business. You can be black and do a good job.
After a major demonstration in the summer of 1963, 32 of us girls ended up in the Leesburg Stockade, which was an old abandoned Civil War prison. We were held there for 45 days. The conditions were horrible, and some of us were abused. We will get reflections from some noted civil rights leaders who taught us and inspired us when we were young, including Julian Bond and Representative John Lewis. This is an emotional and inspiring civil rights story never before seen on television or on the silver screen. This is a story of young people who risked their lives to be free. It is a universal story young and old must see. It is a story relevant today, 40 years later.
Keep on walking, keep on.
The Diversity 2000 Conference.
This year, the conference is held on the campus of Nazareth College. Join us as we find out more about the Greater Rochester Diversity Council, or GRDC. Find out why there is a need for this landmark organization. See and hear comments from a variety of speakers, including an address from Daniel Karp, CEO of Eastman Kodak.
Well, I am bound to say what I think best. Stop the attack! All will end as the omen says. The Achaeans will cut us down. So Assyria would read this.
Enough! Your pleading repels me. You tell me to forget the plans of Zeus, all that he promised me. You tell me to put my faith in birds? Never! Birdseye!
And I probably won't read any of them. I'm just overwhelmed. What can I tell you? This is a truly amazing evening. I am humbled by the support of the people in this community.
The purpose of the meeting was to go through the operations and to show these coordinators the type of a tour that the students would have and what they're going to see when they're here during the day.
Yeah, look, Mama, you see the airplane?
The objective is to inspire students to do well in school, to stay in school, and to go on for further education.
What I got to tell you is that they built 12,731 of them. Today, there's probably at any given time 10 or 11 flying in the world.
This was the bomber that the Tuskegee Airmen escorted on their bomb runs over Germany.
I believe this is the tally of the German aircraft shot down these Swans. This presentation is being funded by a grant from the Gleason Foundation.
The Ambassadors Gala, honoring 5 countries, including Brazil, China, India, Italy, and Mexico.
Look, I'm trying to tell you that something happened last night.
No, actually you're not telling me anything. Look, Robin, maybe you better tell me the whole story. What happened last night?
Yo, we both want this.
No, I need you to slow down.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Come here.
No, Chris, I need you to stop. No, please stop. Chris, stop it. No, stop, please. Stop. No. No, stop. And that's what happened. He fell asleep afterwards.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Have you told anyone else about this? Do you want to call the police?
No. Do you think I should?
I don't know. Did you want to have sex with him?
Do you do a lot of productions here at NTID?
Yes. Build a lot of sets, do a lot of that. I can't count how many plays I've done here. Oh, let me think. Maybe 32, 34 productions altogether, a lot. The audience coming into the theater, people think it's going to be like the movie, that we're going to copy the movie. And I try to avoid that when I do a set design. So I like to rethink and reinterpret, yet maintain the spirit. The Yellow Brick Road is sort of a thread through time in this production. We're talking about historical America and pop culture.
The House of God Church, founded and established by Mother Mary Magdalena Lewis Tate in 1903, is celebrating 100 years of holiness. Join us as we pay tribute to our founder. See how the legacy and vision of Mother Tate has built and maintained one of this nation's oldest and largest churches. How different church leaders throughout the years have added to the greatness of the church and how different factions of the church, known as dominions, finally come together for the first time under one roof, and much more in the House of God 100th anniversary.
Good evening from the School of the Arts in Rochester, New York. Welcome to Dance Concert 2001. Tonight's program features the end result of a New York State Dance Force project that supported bringing a guest artist choreographer to Rochester to work with aspiring young dancers here at the School of the Arts. The New York State Dance Force is a statewide consortium of choreographers, arts organizations, presenters, and educators linking dance artists and communities across New York State. Major funding is from the New York State Council on the Arts and major corporate sponsorship from Philip Morris Companies, Incorporated, with additional support provided by the Chase Manhattan Foundation.
Is to concentrate on the young people that we're having here this evening, because they are our future. And I would really like to talk directly to them. And here's where I'd like to start, guys. All over America. I'm going to schools all over America. Tomorrow I'll be in Chicago. Last week I was in Houston. And I'm asking students to do 4 things. I'm asking every kid in America to concentrate all of their efforts into 4 areas. Number 1, faith in God. Number 2, faith in family. Number 3, quality education. And number 4, volunteerism.
Colonel Patrick O'Rourke and his men from New York, they were stout-hearted men who came from Ireland, and some folks have never heard of their deeds at Gettysburg, where their brave lives were lost on a hill called Round Top.
Early on it was asked, in what name shall we dedicate this bridge? So it's fitting today that we acknowledge the contributions made by Rochester's own Colonel Patrick O'Rourke, in whose name we are dedicating this bridge. Colonel O'Rourke gallantly gave his life for the United States Union in the siege of Little Round Top during the Battle of Gettysburg in 1863. As a proud new American and as a proud young Rochesterian, his contributions and sacrifice have earned him this honor. As you may know from the program, Colonel O'Rourke was the first Irish immigrant to attend West Point and was appointed to the rank of colonel by President Lincoln.
When I say that this is the launching of a new era, then I think you can see that this is not hyperbole, this is not exaggeration, but it is a well-crafted, well-planned, well-coordinated dream between various levels of government.
I love that. I must say, it's something very special happening at the Hochstein for all of us, and a lot of us can't define it because we find ourselves crying a lot, and it's not necessarily tears of sadness. Mary, Audrey Brutus, who plays the part of Mary, went outside the theater, and there's a sign there. I think it talks about some slaves that were brought there or something.
I remember weeping, just crying. Even after my first duet, during my first duet, I just remember crying because there was so much history there. There was so much to learn there. There was so much, there were spirits there. I think even now,